In space, no one can hear you scream. The words, space gun. Oh man, there's really no messing around with that title here. You're in space, you have a gun. I think you can guess what you'll have to do from there. So Space Gun is an on-rail shooter released to arcades by Taito in 1990, with some very, very heavy inspiration from the movies Alien and Aliens. And it featured a pretty unique cocoon-like cabinet with attached light guns for up to 2 players to use. The game's plot is pretty far from unique, however. It's 2039, and your crew of space explorers respond to a distress call, only to find a bunch of bloodthirsty aliens to exterminate, and maybe rescue a few human hostages. And from there, it's time to let the Martian chunks fly. Gameplay-wise, it's classic arcade on-rails fare, as you mow your way through enemies, grab some power-ups, and take lots of unavoidable damage. But there are a few notable enhancements made to this standard formula. First off, you can shoot off the limbs or heads of aliens in grisly fashion. I guess maybe Dead Space took a few notes here. And the gore is pretty over the top, with extraterrestrial guts spattering liberally across your HUD. Oh, and to get that blood flowing, you've also got a variety of weaponry at your disposal. Beyond your standard machine gun, you can also do some major damage with grenade launchers, freeze bombs, blade bombs, and of course, the trusty flamethrower. Oh, and I should also mention an interesting gameplay element regarding your machine gun. The ammo is unlimited and you've got automatic rapid fire, but you'll need to keep an eye on your temperature gauge. If you overheat, your firing rate slows way down and you'll quickly be overwhelmed. It does add kind of an interesting touch that places a bit more of an emphasis on your accuracy to ensure your survival. Or maybe it was just Taito's way to get more of your change. And another nice twist is the option to choose different paths at certain points in the levels. It might not be much, but at least it gives your machine gun a rest and adds a little bit of interactivity. There's a good variety of levels to gun through and plenty of different aliens and bosses to keep you busy. The difficulty can be a little frustrating as you progress. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do to avoid getting hit when there's multiple enemies on screen, especially if you don't have a second player that's got your back. And saving hostages can also be an added challenge, as it can be pretty tough to not shoot them as they run away. And some of them are not who they seem to be. But if you're looking for a quick 20-minute mindless sci-fi gore fest, Space Gun is perfect. It's playable as part of Taito Legends, a great compilation of arcade classics available on PS2 and the original Xbox. And there's also some simplified ports of Space Gun for the Sega Master System and a few other classic home computers like the Commodore 64, if you're curious to check those out. But just don't let your ship get destroyed.